IVM.
Hey everybody, welcome to another amazing week on the IVM Podcast Network. If you aren't following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We'd like to thank our sponsors this week, Paytm Money, for supporting the network. Guys, you should definitely check out some of the content that we're doing recently, which is somewhat COVID-related. Pavan's been doing an awesome job on the Pragati Podcast. All Thing Policy has also got a tremendous number of really, really great episodes about what's going on and the impact. We talk about this stuff on Cyrus Says, especially in the Cock and Bull episode. On Advertising Instead, Varun's had a couple of episodes where he's spoken about the impact of this, as is Karthik on the Filter Coffee podcast. And across the network, definitely do check it out. I'm sure you'll enjoy yourself. And with that, let's get you to your show.
Hi, I'm Zarina Poonawala, your peak performance coach, life coach, emotional intelligence practitioner, and NLP practitioner. I'm also the founder of Abzo Expertise Unique, and my organization constantly aims at building leaders across continents. After having worked with so many dynamic business honchos, entrepreneurs, startups, CEOs, management gurus, parents, and student communities worldwide, I am convinced that every individual has unleashed potential, and all we really need to do is realize it. Watch the magic unfold, enhance quality of life, relationships, and professions. On my show, be ready for some riveting conversations with inspirational people, snippets, stories, and much more. So here I am on this exceptional journey to find empowerment and inspiration anywhere I can. Come join me on this breathtaking path of self-realization, potential maximization, positivity, and most of all, embrace your inner power. You are on your way to empowering yourselves. Welcome to the Empowering Series with Zarina Poonawala. One of the trickiest challenges during this crisis has been keeping up with your kids. Some of the parents that I closely work with are having a hard time dealing with their kids who are persistently around and wondering how to keep them creatively occupied. Another query parents seem to have is, how do we explain the gravity of the situation to our children? Should we be blatantly honest or spin up some nice story and sugarcoat the damage? Parents around the world are concerned about keeping their kids safe, well provided, creative, homeschooled, and they're trying all of this simultaneously. Trust me, this is no easy feat. But if done correctly, it can be one of the greatest learning memories for your kids as well as you. With schools closed and absolutely zero outdoor activities, children are unable to live that free-willed, highly spirited lives of theirs. And they're unable to meet friends, have play dates. They can't share their exciting snack boxes with their buddies in class. They can't meet their favorite teachers. So there is no way for them to let out that enthusiastic energy that they are built with. What you need to do is just help them spend that energy productively while conserving yours. One of the things parents resort to is using the phone, tabs, iPads, and making kids watch their favorite cartoons and play all those games. Well, this is definitely not a way I advocate. I think using gadgets should be a luxury, not a necessity, for kids between the age of 2 and 8. So let me help you break this down. While kids are home, there are plenty of skills that you can actually teach them without them even realizing it, like logical reasoning, motor skills, cognitive skills, life skills, and many such. Make a nice list of activities for them which includes more than one of these skills and put it out for the whole week. Stick it up somewhere that they can see and relate to, so probably the refrigerator. So just like knowing the timetable for school and looking forward to their favorite class or favorite teacher, you can create that excitement in your kids so they know what activities are expected by them, and they can also be ready to perform those challenges on a daily basis. They know that on a Monday, this is what I'm expected to do. I'm really looking forward to it. Tell them how important this time is and how it's their chance to be little heroes. Washing hands, keeping hygiene, making sure that they're alert at all times. In fact, assign them the duty of correcting you and keeping you in check even. If you do that, what really happens is, if they catch you in a negligent moment, they might show you how responsible they are. And in return, you can validate and appreciate the way they have taken charge. Teach your kids how to keep the house clean and how to help around the house. It doesn't matter what gender your child is, a child must learn life skills, survival skills, and how to just simply be around their own home. Little things like putting toys back into the toy basket or setting pillows on the couch or bed, putting away the milk glass or water glass back on the kitchen counter, watering plants, a little gardening, helping you shine up the car. Just about anything, small but significant. Tiny tasks make them feel dependable, and this will give your children a sense of responsibility. You will be surprised at how seriously they take their jobs, and you will be further surprised at how efficient they really are. Start each day with mindfulness. As a family, sit down with your child and spend 5 minutes on deep breathing and visualizing, just imagining life after lockdown, all the things that you all want to do. Start your day with happiness, hope, positivity. As a family, just find ways of increasing your imagination with delight and joy. If you start this as a practice, your child will learn so much better and in fact increase their state of mind from being negative or cranky or always complaining to being positive and looking forward to things, irrespective of the lockdown or not. If you are into fitness of any sort, add your kids to the routine as well. No weights, no kettlebells, but just yoga stretches, some skipping, hopping, helping them to release that excess energy. Set some obstacle or instructional challenges if you like, somewhere around the house, in the backyard, in the living room. Help them to use their movement and flexibility. Read and read. Read a lot of books. That's one of the nicest, most beautiful and most authentic way of growing your mind, your body and your soul. Get your children into the habit of reading. Help them read aloud. Tell them to read aloud. Tell them to tell you a story. Sometimes you do the storytelling. Help them, in fact, to learn grammar and vocabulary while they read. So pick out a word of their choice or yours and ask them to make it part of their entire week. Assign them that little duty, that little task. So they will not only learn better language, but they will also learn the art of reading and the patience that comes with it. Draw, paint, create arts and craft, make candles, Lego, work on clay or Play-Doh, do doll houses, anything that is fun, an activity that keeps all of you busy and creatively lets your juices flow. Arts and craft is surely a savior. And in fact, it is also something that helps you personally take a walk down memory lane. It's this feeling of bliss. Letter writing. I know this is passé, but kids these days will never know the sheer joy in writing a letter to your grandma or your pen pal or your classmate during summers. In fact, I think this is the perfect time to indulge in letter writing, because as an activity and as a habit, it would be so nice that when this lockdown actually gets over, kids can give a handwritten letter to the people that they loved and they missed during this lockdown and share some of their experiences. This gives a sense of satisfaction, achievement, a little accomplishment, and it allows your kid to also understand the authentic form of actually using just paper and pen. Of course, one part of life skills is cooking, and survival skills is cooking. So bake together, cook together, anything from a sandwich to a pizza or making a little milkshake together, just toss something up. And let me tell you, try and bring your spouse into this activity as well, because although messy, I think baking and cooking in the kitchen and being together making a meal together is a very therapeutic exercise. It has very, very remedial and healing potential to it. So please make sure that you put some time out there and enhance your survival skills as a family. You may not realize, but your kids are unconsciously overjoyed by the excessive time that they have with you. And they might want your attention unwavered. They don't follow what's going on around them. And sure, you need to help them understand that. They are seeking your time and they are seeking your attention today. You have the luxury of both. In a blink of an eye, when they're all grown up, you won't even realize how time flew by, and tables will turn. So make the most of these precious moments and create a lifetime of memories and a strong, strong bond with your little ones. Be safe, be well, be empowered.
If you liked this podcast, don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on our social media. We are at IVM Podcasts on Twitter and Instagram.
Entertainment is like food for the brain. It's a window to culture and a great way to understand the world around us. The internet has changed what it means to be an entertainer, creating new storytellers with millions of fans. It has spawned a new breed, the story sellers, those behind the scenes creating the business for this ecosystem. They work with brands, platforms and channels who are keen to capitalize on an audience hungrier than ever for more stories. I'm Vineet Kanabar, and I have a ringside view to how stories are told and sold. On my show, I bring you creators, artists, executives and marketers for a freewheeling conversation around the business of entertainment. Tune in to Storytellers and Story Sellers for personal stories, analysis and criticism every Thursdays as I talk to the brightest minds telling or selling great stories today.
बेटा, did you know 79% of all scientists in NASA are Indian only?
देखो, इंडिया में टैक्स सिर्फ मिडिल क्लास भरती है. Everyone is just enjoying free यार.
आजकल के youngsters are only interested in partying and enjoying. उनको देश की पड़ी ही नहीं है.
बेटा तुम बस शादी कर लो, उसके बाद तो you can enjoy life like anything.
I will tell you what this country needs. This country needs 15 years of dictatorship. That is the only way to become a superpower. See the Chinese, how much they've progressed.
सुनो, तुमने ये WhatsApp forward देखा?
So what's common between all of these statements?
They're all absolutely rubbish.
Fake WhatsApp forwards that spread like wildfire.
And statements that defy any logic.
They are here to debunk them all.
Way of family WhatsApp groups, worst nightmare. Where what happens when you read a book.
Basically, we're just a bunch of guys who want to cut through the bullshit of everyone saying this, how it won't be true.
So that the next time someone confidently squeezes out some WhatsApp or Twitter BS, you can look them dead in the eye and go, Uncle, please sit.
So join me, Joel,
and me, Tushar,
every Mondays for a fresh new episode of Uncle, Please Sit.